Hello, beautiful people. How are we doing? Welcome, welcome. I'm just preparing myself, so we'll let a few people arrive as we're live. What a month August has been. If you're watching this live or in the replay and you watched the last August's reading, let me know how it aligned for you. I'm always so fascinated, especially with these collective readings, to understand how they kind of play out in people's lives. I think it's so cool. God. Can you tell I've been awake since 5 a.m.? Right, let me just share this to Instagram so people can find us. If you haven't already, do suggest going to make yourself a nice cup of tea and maybe burning some incense for this. I've got a nice big cup of raspberry leaf tea. And there we go. And I've got violet, is it raspberry? Violet raspberry incense burning, and it's gorgeous. Okay, pose. You'll look beautiful. I am live. How did you know? So sorry. I always feel like there should be a slicker way to do this, where the people watching, at least on replay, don't have to sit through 2.5 minutes of me just faffing. But alas, I don't know that way, so I hope you're patient or can just skip ahead to wherever you need to be. Okay. Does anyone else's Instagram do that thing where it says adding to story 100%, but it's still loading? You're like, well, it's not 100% then, is it? But call me Panickety. There we go. So hello everyone, officially welcome on in. This month we'll be using Wisdom from the Crystal Skulls by, it's all rubbed off, Clear? I think it's Clear or Glia Gompels. And these, I feel like not many people know about this deck, and I don't know if they're still making it, to be honest. But if you've ever been to the crystal shop at Avebury, hopefully you'll have seen their Crystal Skull collection, and I love this one. Look at that little guy. He's so cute. It's just an oracle deck created on some of the pieces in their collection. It's wicked cool, guys. Yeah, just love it. So we'll be using this, and as always we'll go week by week throughout the month of September. Let me just get my calendar on the right month for this so I know what I'm talking about. 30 days has September. Never will I remember that full nursery rhyme. So this is a collective reading. Now, when I say collective, I'm personally not tuning into everyone in the world's energy. That seems crazy to me. What I am tuning into, though, is your energy. The people who will either watch this live or will watch this as a replay at any point in the future between now and the end of September 2026. Your energy. your little collective energy. So this is going to be slightly more specific than ordinary. Sorry if you can hear the dogs. An ordinary collective reading, because there'll be like 50 of you that I'm tuning into rather than 7 billion. So bear that in mind as we go through. Some things will resonate, some things won't. This is just to kind of give you a little look-see into what your September could be like, because we all know tarot and oracle card readings are never set in stone. It's potential futures. Yeah. So let's look at from the 1st to the 6th of September. Okay, 4 cards. Let's see. We have the Rainbow Ray. Pretty sure I showed you this guy before. The Rainbow Ray. Ooh, trust. Gorgeous. Let go. Wait, does it align? Ooh, spooky. And love, love, love. So I feel like this month, if I remember rightly, and just tuning into how my own month as in August has been, it has been delicately intense, if such a thing can exist. It's been full of moments that have been driven by or towards destiny. Now, September feels like a bit of an energetic break from that. There is this sense of, I suppose, integrating what's happened for us in August and the summer overall, especially as we move towards the autumn equinox, which I'm never usually excited by because I'm a Leo, I love the sun, but this summer weather has been terrifying. So I would like to get rid of my climate anxiety and very much snuggle into my jumpers and anything cozy, and that takes me back to good old-fashioned cold England. But it will at least be that vibe as we head towards the equinox. And again, there's nothing hard, there's nothing difficult, there's no sticky energies coming up in this first week of September. It's all, even like the integration process, sometimes that can beat your ass even harder than whatever it is that you're trying to integrate. But not this time. Everything just feels like there's an ease, there's a flow. It's almost like you know that you've trod this path before, so you can follow your footprints in the sand as you go through it. It will be a week full of you being able to be even more present with each moment than you usually are. It will also be a week of joy as well, because of that presence. You'll be able to feel even more joy more often. And then with trust coming in, I feel like this isn't something to strive for, as in trust isn't something to strive for. Trust is just something that will happen because of the softness of this first week. And especially something that's happened for you over the summer in general, rather than just August, will make you naturally more trusting of something. When the love card here, a relationship of some kind, whether that's a love romantic relationship, could be family, could be friends, could be colleagues, whatever. But there was this deepening into trust. I think deepening into trust of yourself as well, and your capabilities of existing happily, of even if you, I feel like in the past few years, it's all been about striving and healing and doing the work and dancing with the shadows and all this stuff, just telling you that, or making you feel like somehow you need this healing, you need this thing because you're not worthy without it. You're not capable of living a happy life without having done the work. And I feel like collectively generalizing here, but in the spiritual community as a whole, not just the people watching this, is that there's a shift, there's like a tidal change where it's, yeah, we might want to do some healing now and then, but we also just want to live in the moment and have that be enough, have ourselves be enough. And that really feels like something you'll be stepping into or deeper into as the first week of September progresses. And then with the Let Go card coming in here, sorry, can you hear that? Clementine, my wee dog, has decided to sleep under my desk, but that also means that she's fucking with, yeah, what's going on? She's fucking with the ring light. Ooh, there we go. Okay. Anyway, let go of control. Your dogs are going to do shit. Let go trying to control them. But no, with this Let Go card, again, there's a softness to it. Like, I think we're so conditioned to hear the words let go and be like, oh, but what am I going to be let go of? Oh, what if I'm not ready? And there's all this fear attached to it because it's kind of what we've been taught over the past few years in the kind of spiritual community as a whole. Whereas letting go can be soft. You know, we're moving towards the equinox. I mean, by the end of the first week of September, we're only 2 weeks away from the equinox. So it is as easy as as a tree dropping its leaves in autumn. This letting go won't be brutal. It won't be hard. It won't be a letting go of something that you haven't already played in your head numerous times before. So everything about this first week is soft. And then with the love card coming in at the end, I feel like it's a ripening. You know, we're still in the middle, really, here anyway in Cornwall, in the middle of harvest season. So everything is ripe and juicy and filled with life, even as we're moving into the darker half of the year. Everything is just so ready and so delicious and so bountiful that is the softness, the curves of our existence in the first week of September. I love that. So then let's see what the second week has in store for us. Oh, the raspberry tea is so good. Okay, so this will be from the Monday the 7th to Sunday the 13th. Just 2 cards for the second week of September. We have Tara. That's a fucking cool skull. And Guardian Dragon. Look how beautiful. So, back to the earth we go. Like I said, at least here in Cornwall, we're kind of in the middle, if not coming to the end, of harvest season. And it is, it's this idea of something about the land wanting a sacrifice, but not even in a John Barleycorn kind of way. It's where's that card? The Let Go card from the week before, the first week of September. when I was talking about that card, what came through was it's a letting go. You won't be letting go of something that you haven't already imagined letting go of many times before this point. So it's the earth asking that of you. Perhaps it's even a clearing out that needs to happen, you know, make like spring cleaning, but autumn cleaning. You know, we're going to be, if the weather and the climate stays how it's supposed to in the UK, then we're going to be spending ordinarily quite a lot of time indoors soon. So it's like preparing your space, preparing your land, your earth, yourself for those upcoming darker months and days. And it's all like tinged with excitement. It's like the scene that I'm being shown of like all cozy at home, and it's like stormy outside, and it's all really like nice inside, like candles and fairy lights and incense and cacao and whatever. It's around the edges of it. I'm almost seeing it as like a really old school, the decade I was born, like a 90s kind of Christmas card where it's got like the Christmas lights around the edge of the card, and it's all kind of fuzzy and hazy, and then it like clears up into this picture of like the perfect family enjoying the perfect Christmas, that kind of thing. So the vision and being shown is very idyllic. So it's preparing yourself for this bucolic autumn and winter period. And with the guardian dragon coming through as well, there will be this sense of, if you're somebody who has wards in place, whether that's on yourself, your name, your family, your home, your car, your pets, whatever, your bank accounts, not only will you be kind of drawn more to homely pursuits, you'll also be called to refresh those. And it's just probably a good time to do that anyway. What's going on that week? It's the new moon. Perfect. Yeah. So there's things you could do to kind of refresh your wards and just refresh your space. Make it feel like you. Everyone I know has changed radically over this summer. And so you who came to Beltane celebrations is not the same you who will be going to the autumn equinox celebrations. It's making your home space, or the space that you spend the most time in, your own, as in your own. Does that make sense? Like, I keep looking around. I've got one of those tiny homes that were all the rage years ago, and I keep walking around the like 3 rooms that I have and thinking about how just so much of it I could release, sell, give to charity, give to friends, whatever, because it's just not, doesn't feel like me anymore, doesn't feel like my energy, if that makes sense. So you'll probably be drawn, like you're probably beginning to feel that as well. And if you're somebody who doesn't have any wards, then I think creating a relationship of communication with your home would be a really beautiful thing to do, or to begin that week. Even if you're home, whether you travel around the world in a van, or you have a year at a beautiful campsite that you're a guardian of, or you have a kind of traditional bricks and mortar house, tending to the energy and the spirit of your home during the second week is really going to set you up well for something either later in September or just generally as we go through the autumn, winter months as well. So now let's move on to the third week. Oh, really good. You know when a cup of tea just slaps, just really hits you. So this is between the Monday the 14th and Sunday the 20th. I'll be in Glastonbury for most of that with my wonderful family and my beloved. Woo, exciting. Let's see what's going to happen. So what will happen for the collective watching this video during the third week of September 2026? For somebody who's been a professional tarot reader for 7 years, I really struggle to shuffle a deck of cards. Yeah, not what I'm known for. So let's see. Maybe that one. Definitely. Interesting. Okay, definitely that one. Okay. 3 cards. Ooh, Mineral Kingdom. Blue Ray. And Forgive. Perfect. Let me take a cup of tea again. So, Mineral Kingdom. We had Terra. Yes, we did in the previous week's pull of cards. Tended to the land, like the nature, the earth land in the second week. In this, what are you doing? No, you got to do that away from the microphone if you're going to be gross. No, you can't give each other baths on microphone. So sorry if my microphone picked that up. My dogs were like licking each other incessantly. It's okay. Anyway, yeah, in the second week we tended to the land of our home, the land of, the physical land that we live upon and that we're a part of as well. But in this third week of September, we'll be tending to the land of our bodies. We, on the pilgrimage that I co-facilitated last week, days are flying by. Yes, it was last week. We were talking about how there's this resurgence of remembrance about how we're not separate from nature. And this isn't news. This has been spoken about for a while. And that's maybe the reason why folklore is becoming so much more popular. And there's a kind of a reignited interest and boom in folklore, because we're remembering how we are nature. We are not separate from a tree. We are the tree, just in a different body. The tree is a human, just in a different body. So it feels very much like that. We are tending to the landscape of our own physicality. And this could be, I feel like, more better health will be coming in for certain people. And if you're somebody who suffers from hay fever, it's been really bad this year, or so I've heard. So something could be easing. There is this easing energy coming in, and it feels like something definitely to do with eyes or sinuses, heart and chest, and pelvic bowls as well, masculine or feminine. More ease coming into that space. In the first week we had so much ease and softness and curves in our lives, and now we're tending to the curves of our own body, the curves of our own existence, how we physically want to move through life, how we, do you want to climb mountains in Peru when you're 80? You're going to have to do the work now. So it's tending to the future of your landscape and the curves of it as well. And yeah, it's a really nice, healthy week of softness coming in. And then with the Blue Ray card coming in, now I will admit I am not someone who personally or professionally works with like crystalline light rays. That's just not my cup of tea, but no problem if it's yours. But just from the energies that I'm picking up on this card and the messages I'm kind of being shown or hearing, this Blue Ray card is here to represent this, again, it's ease, and I'm feeling it really here and kind of down the sides, like maybe the lungs. feel like a weight is going to be lifted off us. Yeah, I want to like get as much off my back as I can. Our weight will be lifted from us in some way, almost like a choice that we've been flip-flopping on a lot will be made for us. And that no matter what, choice is made, we'll feel so relieved because we didn't have to make the choice in the end. We might feel a little bit stupid that we worried about it for so long and that we were maybe stuck in this little spiral of overthinking about it when we could have been doing something so much better and so much more fulfilling. But it's not that easy in the moment, is it? But yeah, a choice will be made. Again, this isn't for all of you, just some of you. A choice will be made on your behalf, whether by somebody else in your life or just the way the universe plays out this certain situation. A choice will be made, so there's no need to worry about it now. Either the choice is in your favor and you never had to worry about it to begin with, or it might not be in your favor, but you won't. It's not that it won't be in your favor. It's just that you won't, in a beautiful way, you won't care so much if it's not the most perfect outcome for you. And like I said, there'll be that relief that you don't have to think about it now. You're like, oh, okay, done. And then forgiveness coming in. There's definitely something to do with breath and or lungs and respiratory system here. Perhaps voice, as mine cracks, perhaps voice will be important, or kind of deepening into your voice and your expression of it, self-expression of it, and different methods, different tools and instruments and creative things you can do to express your voice. So yeah, that's just something that's come through. And then the forgive card coming in kind of does what it says on the tin, to be honest. It's, I feel like this is, we were saying earlier, a minute ago about like overthinking and worrying and spiraling, and it's quite easy sometimes to get stuck in that loop and quite hard to get yourself out of that loop. This forgiveness card, I feel like, is forgiveness for yourself. If you're somebody who has been stuck in that what if kind of mentality for a while. And also, give me a minute. I feel like for some of you, there will be this, somebody will come to you with this big outpouring of really vulnerable, tender emotions. And they're asking you for forgiveness for something. Interesting. Again, this won't resonate with all of you, just some of you. So do with that what you will. So let's move on to the last week. Yeah, Monday the 21st till Sunday the 27th, and then we'll pull like a couple of cards for the last 3 days of September. Those of you that are still live at the end of September's reading, you can request like a little one card pull for me at the end. So do stick around for that. And if you, so that was really loud, straight down the microphone. And if you want a private reading with me, there is a 15% off voucher code in the description of this video as well. That's valid between now and the end of the month, 31st. Yes. So let's see what will happen in the final full week of September. So 4 cards. The universe has your back. Empathy and compassion. Love this card. Ancestors. And rebirth. So the whole of the 3 weeks prior to this have been kind of oozing with a juicy kind of softness. This week is where some edges start to come back, and this isn't a bad thing. This is not a bad thing at all. It just requires a little bit more kind of consciousness, awareness, organic awareness to move through the week in a way that feels perfect and good for you. So the universe has your back. I'm kind of not right now at this very beginning of this mini part of the reading. I'm not seeing or hearing about anything major happening that week. I mean, is the equinox that week? It is the equinox that week. Beautiful. I've just seen a hospital appointment that week. Okay. Maybe that's my major thing that's going on that week. It's not that major. It's a phone call. So the universe has your back. Whatever is going on, whether for you it is the equinox or a hospital appointment or whatever else it may be, it's all, the world is turning in your favor, even if it feels like it's not. And I was about to go on a rant that I won't go on because it's not really relevant to the card reading. And I'm trying really hard not to express every single opinion and thought and feeling that I have. So I'm going to look that way. I'm going to talk to my nearest and dearest about it instead. But yes, sometimes, generally, the universe just can't turn in our favour. There are things set up to work against certain people. It's just too much for the universe to work against sometimes. But this week in particular, whatever, I feel like something that happened for you around midsummer, like whatever the edge, the biting point in your life was at that time, will not come back at like full force or full pelt, but will kind of, even if it's a sort of nostalgia almost, that's not quite the right word. Do you want to give me the right word? Nostalgia will do. There's almost like a nostalgia for midsummer-ish time. But you'll be able to approach it with more, because we had a trust card, didn't we, I think in the first week of the month. And like I said, you're a very different person now than whoever you were when you were celebrating Beltane. So yeah, you can trust and you should trust that there is going to be, for some of you, like the smaller number of you, there is going to be this big kind of turning point and shift. I'm seeing like beautiful old key finally being able to unlock an old door that it hasn't. I feel like either someone's been searching through like a big pile of keys, or the key was lost, or it didn't work for a while and it's fixed. But somehow, finally, this key is unlocking something more meaningful to come into your life here. And then with empathy and compassion, actually, I need a drink before I start talking again. So empathy and compassion. Again, another one of those beautiful cards that does what it says on the tin. With this empathy and compassion coming through, this is definitely empathy and compassion coming through for family members and how you've how do I phrase this? I'm just going to phrase it how it's been told to me. How you've played out the sins of your father, for lack of a better phrase. You know, if you learnt a bad habit from a family member, it's showing yourself empathy for having kind of played out those lessons, but it's also empathy for whoever taught you how to behave that way or not behave in a certain way. Oh, I forgot about the ancestors card as well. Yeah, perfect. There's a lot of ancestral healing coming through this week. And again, previously, like a few minutes ago, I was talking about how we're not so much looking for like deep healing, full power all the time. We're now kind of looking to bring softness more into our lives and just finding a way to exist peacefully and happily with ourselves and other people. And this week does have a sense of like deepening into a healing journey, but it won't be anywhere near, it won't even be a eureka moment. It will just be, perhaps you're outside having a cup of herbal tea and your mind's wandering through like memories of the summer, because hopefully it'll be a little bit colder in the third week of September. And something will just come to mind where you're like, to do with something you've been healing definitely over the past 4 years, and it's kind of almost annoyed you this summer. Like, you feel like you haven't fully healed from it, but not that you don't care, you now just want to live with the wound rather than trying to like scrape out the rot every single day. You just want to find a way to live with it. You'll have some kind of small insight or piece of clarity about whatever that is for you. And you're like, oh, yeah, that makes everything make sense. Perfect. Just be this quiet, beautiful moment with yourself. And that's it. Simple, sweet, and pure existence as it is. But still with healing and understanding and compassion coming in and taking a seat at the table. And then with rebirth coming in, again, we always think rebirths are these big, massive changes, sometimes scary, sometimes painful, don't want to fucking do it. But this rebirth, again, also feels really soft. Like on the pilgrimage that I co-facilitated last week, we did a rebirthing ritual at Menonthol with them. And I can't remember who it was, but one of the women there was saying that she's done or witnessed a rebirthing ceremony before. And it was really intense and really scary. And it was just didn't, it was fine. It served a purpose. Sometimes those rituals and ceremonies are supposed to be like the Eleusinian Mysteries. It's supposed to take you through death and then back into the portal of the womb and back out again. That's gnarly. That's supposed to be scary to get you to where you need to be. But this rebirth ceremony, the land was asking for softness again. And so softness is what we as the facilitators brought in. And so, this is what this rebirth feels like. It's not some big kind of traumatic thing. It's just again, that quiet moment that you have with yourself in this the fourth week, where you think like, oh yeah, that's the missing piece that I've been wondering about. It makes sense. In that moment, a rebirth takes place for you. It's like this whole summer has been you not struggling through the kind of cosmic birth canal, but journeying through it. And it's been a long journey. And it's been exciting and exhilarating, but energetically quite depleting at times. And this rebirth is like the final moment where like your little feet are finally out the birth canal. You can take that first deep, big breath on your own as your own little being, and scream and cry and sing and breathe some more and do whatever you want, or just sing quietly with the birds and have a moment with yourself, whatever feels good and right. But there will be this rebirth. I swear at some point, what card was it we were focusing? I think it was the Blu-ray card in the third week, from the third week, where we were talking about your relationship changing with how you choose to express yourself, in terms of like the tools that you use to express yourself and what you want to say when you express yourself. And this feels like a kind of sealing in of that energy. Very nice, very beautiful. So I think there's 28th to the 30th of September. Let's have a look at that. Can you hear my dog snoring? I hope you can. It's really cute. Those of you who are watching live and intend to be here for the next couple of minutes, if you want a one card reading, think of like your question or the area of your life that you want me to look into for you. Or you don't need a question. Just tune into if you want a little one card reading, because that would be the next thing after this. Cool. 2 cards for the last 3 days of September. Oh, it's my little friend. It's Heartstar. I can't tell you how much love. I have never seen this crystal skull in real life. And I do think if he was ever up for sale, I'd have to drain my life savings to buy him, because look at him. Oh, so cute. And then Hope. Of course, Heartstar's followed by Hope. It's just going to be a bloody good few days the last week. This guy will not lead you wrong. Look deep into his eyes. Tell me that's not the cutest crystal skull you've ever seen. Just a little guy, just existing, having fun, being himself, following his suit. Go and have a good time. Just go and celebrate. Just go and have a jolly good time. Let yourself feel good. And if you feel bad, then it's okay. It's going to pass. Nothing shall go wrong with him. I love it. I can't express the love I have for the energy of that little guy. He's just so fucking cute. So, do any of you who are live have a little one card reading? If so, like I said, just pop your name into the chat if you don't have a particular question. Or if you do have a question, let me know. Pop that in the chat. Or if you just got an area of your life that you want me to look into, and pop that in there as well. If you're not wanting a reading or you're watching this on the replay, then don't forget that between now and the 31st of August, you can get 15% off tarot readings with me. Private ones, obviously, which are on Zoom. You get the replay. They're an hour long. And in that time, you can ask me as many or as little questions as you want. And again, you don't need a question. I can just read what comes through the cards. I'm going to have a couple of sips of tea, let people ask for readings if they want. And then we'll do those. And then we'll be on our merry little way. I keep getting notifications from my private YouTube account that I'm live on here. And it's very discombobulating. I don't know why, but so I'm on like day 3 of my bleed. And I've been avoiding raspberry leaf tea this whole time, even though it's been a quite uncomfortable bleed. And I'm on day 3, and I think I've just finally been able to get off my yoga mat. I've just been like lying perpendicular on it. I've finally been able to make myself a cup of raspberry leaf tea. The way it has cured everything that I perceived to be wrong with me before this cup of tea is crazy. God love nature. God love raspberry leaf tea. Okay, if no one particularly wants a reading, then I will go and leave you to get on with your beautiful evening and your beautiful September by all accounts. The replay of this will be up pretty much instantly, so go and enjoy it if you want to like look back at certain things. Feel free to message me on Instagram with any questions or just how the month goes for you in relation to this reading. I'm always interested in that. Don't feel like you're going to be a bother to me. You will not be a bother. I'd love to know. Message me on here if you want, but I never really check my YouTube inbox. So Instagram is best, which is just Temple of Cornwall. Don't forget the discount code in the description, and I will see you all for another reading. Where are we? On or around the equinox. How magical. So I will see you then, beautifuls. So much love and so many blessings to you all.